Football season is over in the NFL. It's been over for a while on the college landscape, been over for a while in the high school football landscape, but there's still so much to get into. We do it every week right here on Bleacher Talk. Welcome on in. I'm Jordan Spurgeon. Jam-packed show today. Cody Cameron from Arizona Varsity, camp counselor, recruiting coordinator, all these things is going to join me to talk about the camps that he helps run and give some advice to parents and kids on how this recruiting landscape looks because he has been going to different programs and talking about that the last few years. And I think it's really important stuff. So, going to have that conversation with Cody Cameron in just a few minutes. Eliav Gabai joins me for some social spotlight. We haven't seen him in a few weeks. So, we are going to catch up. And then a Brophy freshman, Ryder Noche, was at Las Vegas for NFL honors, winning the first annual flag football U14 Player of the Year award. So I talked with Ryder when he got back from that award show. It was an amazing time for him. And so we're going to catch up with Ryder Noche to just see what that experience was like and how much he's looking forward to continuing his career at Brophy as he heads into his sophomore year. That's all coming up on Bleacher Talk. But for now, let's catch up with Cody Cameron. Joined now by Cody Cameron, Arizona Varsity analyst, play-by-play broadcaster, camp counselor, crusher of golf balls, so many titles. Cody, welcome in. Did I miss any?
No, I think you got it all, man. I like that. It is camp season though, and you already know we're doing some product placement. We're rocking this brand new just top hat. No, not top hat. What do you call this? The beach sombrero. Rocking this, ready for California camp here in a couple months.
I say ready to go to Mexico, Costa Rica. You were just
I
there, right?
did. I was in Costa Rica for sure. Doing my
Looking
traveling.
forward.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's camp season. Tell us a little bit, just what it's been like. You've been a camp counselor for a little bit now. What's the process like on your end?
So our built football camps for our company, American Youth Built, right here, once again, the product placement. Four campsites, all under the Built title. One in Heber, one in our Tonto Creek, Built Tonto, and then my favorite, the one I coordinate, the Built California camp out in Thousand Oaks.
What are some of the experiences that they're getting at these camps?
Yeah, so I'm the East Valley rep, and but we have a West Valley rep who does a great job too, especially just building relationships with coaches the last 10 to 15 years. Just going through the districts, man. Chandler Unified, we take four of the six teams in Chandler Unified to camp. I love talking to those football coaches. You know, most of them in the Premier region, and even Arizona College Prep and with Stephen Vaught and seeing some of the new coaches, some of the new faces. Travis Dixon, who I got to meet last year at Eastmark, and seeing these guys take over these programs early and get involved immediately in the weights in the classroom, making sure these kids have this is the time for them to have their best GPAs, right? So seeing them be hands-on with outside of football, you know, their life and creating a bond and a brotherhood early. Those are some of the things I see, but all the districts, Gilbert Public Schools, Mesa Public Schools, Queen Creek Unified School District, seeing all these coaches every single day when it's not football season to see how much of an impact they make in those players' lives and just getting the structure together and working on the culture is really, really cool.
So that's the big thing at camp, right? It's the culture, the bonding. What's some of the football that goes on there as well?
It's just a lot of learning. I think it's a great tool to sharpen your schools, especially when you look at like introduction to playbook, right? When you talk about the varsity level and you know these guys are returning players and all that. You're not just learning the basics, right, of the handoff, but you are just harding and utilizing the playbook. A lot of schools like to go right before they start school, so they have two or three practices a day and they feed right into that. But just get mastering the playbook, you know, and looking at reads and stuff like that. But for the freshmen, it is learning. You know, a lot of these times, a lot of the freshmen that come in outside of some of the conditioning and first couple practices in the months of June, it's really the first time they get to be with their whole team and not just their team, but the entire program. And so I love what I love outside of football from that is they have the buddy system, right? That's the big brother system of seeing those freshmen be with some of the incoming seniors and getting them transition to the program and make them feel like not only are they part of the program, but they're a part of something special. And so I love that aspect. But football, man, they're putting in work in.
Yeah, here with Cody Cameron. Anyone following the high school football scene out here knows Cody, players, coaches, parents, everybody. Seen recently, you've been, you mentioned Travis Dixon. You've been going around to different schools and helping out with some of these recruiting clinics. What's that been like, and what are you talking about there mostly?
Something I did a couple years ago, and it just kind of has taken off. And this year, I think I already have about 6 to 7 planned. I just call it a recruiting clinic, and it's not something that it is something that I've done the last 6 years covering college football recruiting in the state of Arizona. But I tell people all the time, I'm very, very transparent with them and saying, hey, this is the recruiting process, and the model changes every year. It changes constantly every month, especially in this new realm of NIL and transfer portal. It's just keeping them up to date. I'm lucky to where I talk to college coaches on a frequent basis, and I'm just relaying the message to them. And to me, it's just coaches asking me, "Hey, Cody, this is the message I'm trying to come across to my parents." But a lot of times, parents are just thinking the coach doesn't have their best interest, which is asinine to me. Because these high school coaches here, 100% too, they're all great people, but sometimes just reiterating the same message they're talking about, hey, don't have the D1 bus mentality. Please treat all college coaches with respect, because heck, that NAIA coach or that D3 coach is recruiting you one day. He might be a Division II coach down the road, or that might be your only opportunity to go play college football. So it's a lot of that. But I'm still old school mentality, because that's what these college coaches are recruiting in terms of Friday game film, really good grades, opening doors, and being a multi-sport athlete. So just presenting that in about a 30 to 45 minute discussion, and then leaving 20 minutes for a Q&A with the parents and me, and it's gone really well.
What are some of the things they're asking? Because, you touched on the importance, and I think pretty much all of us in this space out here in Arizona, we preach the same things. Get your tape right, get your social media right, make sure your grades are good, get all of that out there and see that. So that's such an important thing. But what are some of the questions about, that landscape that you're getting?
So a lot of it is off-season work. So, hey, Cody, what should we do in the months of January to June? Great questions. And I touched that too, where I'm a big, big believer in only spending money and your time on camps that have college coaches present. Because I've covered these exposure camps, and I've gone to a lot of camps that are held in dead period in the months of February and March, where they claim, hey, if you come here and you spend X amount of dollars, we're going to get you kid, we're going to get your son recruited. We're going to send your iPhone 40 time and whatever he's doing out on in these one-on-one matchups. We're going to send to coaches, and they're going to get recruited. And it's the biggest baloney I've ever heard, because college coaches do not care about some random exposure camp and random iPhone time and all this random stuff. What a random person is saying about you. At the end of the day, they want to see you in person. And we're in a state that has done a great job of having exposure weeks and eval periods in the end of April and May during spring ball, where they all come out here and they go to these exposure camps.
Got a little bit of time between the end of the season. Now you're getting it for camp season. How's the golf game looking, Cody?
It's shaky. You know how it is, Jordan. It's one of the hardest sports I've ever tried to play. I've been really fortunate to golf with some awesome people. Unfortunately, I had to golf with Brad a couple of weeks ago, and
Me
we
too.
got after it. But it's a great time. I always tell people, man, I drive for dough instead of putt for dough. I drive for dough, and I'll three putt with the best of them. I love being in the 90 to 95 range, but I'm a social golfer. Get me out there, I'm gonna have a great time regardless.
Appreciate your time, Cody. One more time for people that are interested, coaches, players, parents that see this, the camps, how do they get involved, whether it's this year, years in the future? What do they need to do?
Go to our Twitter at AYBuilt. We got a bunch of new swag. I'm repping this. We got the all white hoodie. This is all for you guys. We got gifts. We got this beach thing. But at AYBuilt, we do things the right way. We're all about football. Just hit us up or just call me at Cody T Cameron. Shoot me a DM. We're rocking. But everything football, baby, we're rocking.
Ordering is at Santan Ford. Colors, wheels, trims, performance packages, and more. From the factory right to your driveway. And you can even track your custom Ford every step of the way.
We are Santan Ford.
It's spring, so come for the games and have a ball in Arizona. Ready to go big? Plan your getaway today.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi, folks. Here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
When you get a home loan from Desert Financial, you're not just getting a mortgage. You get a mortgage. You'll get more competitive rates, more local servicing of your loan. We even offer a closing guarantee on select loans. And because more is better, get up to $5,000 closing cost credit when you use a participating real estate broker. At Desert Financial, we don't just do mortgages, we do mortgages. Click, call, or come in for more information on our great rates, local servicing, and how you can qualify for a closing cost credit of up to $5,000.
Welcome back to Bleacher Talk. Of course, cannot go too many shows without my man, Eliav Gabay and Social Spotlight. Eliav, great to see you. All football is pretty much done for the time being. It gets some spring action. Sevens is happening here on the high school scene, but we're past the big game. So much to get to. What have you been seeing on social the last couple weeks?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the big game to get it going, Spurge, because, of course, our guy, Brock Purdy, played in the big game, and he is no game manager. I don't want to hear it. He's earned everything he's gotten, including getting the street name changed at Perry, Brock Purdy Way. Well-deserved. And Spurge, I don't know how many honors there are more and bigger than naming a street after you, man.
It doesn't top that. I mean, I've randomly seen my name, my first and last name, not together on different street names, but to get your first and last name on a street name and know it's actually because of you, that's pretty cool. So congrats to Brock. Heck of a season. You can never say a team is going to be back, but if I were a betting man, I would bet on Brock Purdy to lead the Niners back for another opportunity to win it all next year, the year after, whenever. I do think they do have that opportunity. So excited to see what the future holds. And it's cool to see that his past is being honored over at Perry as well.
Yeah, and to see his family get that national spotlight was also something special because that family, if any family, deserves it completely. And Brock will be back. I agree with you. And I think what's going to stand out to a lot of people across the country is his consistency. This is who he is. and they're going to get to know that a lot more as the years go by. Now, we're going to move on because the Honor Bowl is coming to Arizona, and this time we got flag football getting their chance to compete. Mountain View and Red Mountain getting that highlight, and you just got to love this, Spurge. I mean, the flag football is growing and growing, and this is another example of exactly just how much it is.
And the Honor Bowl is one of the coolest events. It's been in San Diego for a while. I got to go there 2 years ago at Cathedral Catholic High School in San Diego, and really standout event. Honors a lot of the veterans. The football teams playing are amazing over on the boys' side. We're going to have Liberty taking on Corona Centennial again in a rematch from last year's game. The big dogs over there in California. We're going to see that game. So super excited for that. But for flag football to be involved in that game and in that tournament and in the inaugural year that it's going to happen in Arizona, doesn't get better than that. Congrats to the teams that are playing, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yes, it is. And another thing that was fun to watch, a proud father getting his son to sign the National Letter of Intent. Obviously, NLI Day came and went, and Eddie Zuby, Higley's football coach, Eddie Zuby, got to send off his son, Andrew, and we're going to see the video right here, but he had a quick surprise for everybody before he made the announcement.
Yeah, nice job.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for blessing me with the ability to play this sport and guiding me along this process. I would also like to thank my family for being there for me through thick and thin. Without my parents' guidance and constant support, I wouldn't be here today. Finally, I'd like to thank my teammates, coaches, and teachers for everything they've done. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. And with that, I'm happy to announce that for the next 4 years, I'll be attending Northern Arizona University. Go
And we love Eddie Zuby. He's always bringing the energy, and no question why that program, it's back-to-back champs. That man right there, and a beautiful connection, obviously, between father and son, Spurge.
Doesn't get better than that. They got to win two state champions together. Now Andrew staying in state, going out to Flagstaff, going to be awesome to see what he does. I know Eddie is so very proud of him, and it doesn't really get much better than that. Father-coach duo, son-player duo. It doesn't get better than that.
And NAU staying in state. We love it.
All right, Elioff, thanks so much for joining me on Social Spotlight. We'll see you again a couple of weeks. We'll get you back on in a couple of weeks, too. There's so much happening on social, so you're keeping us up to date. Thank you so much, Elioff. We'll see you next time.
Inspiration is closer than you think. Come visit Burge Mazda during the Season of Inspiration sales event. Now's the time to go past ordinary. Drive a Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing up to 60 months on all trims. Get a Mazda CX-30 Turbo or a Mazda CX-50. Save with 1.9% financing up to 60 months. Or get a Mazda CX-90 with 2.9% financing up to 60 months. The third row SUV to fit your lifestyle. They're all here at Burge Mazda during the Season of Inspiration. Baseline and Country Club and BurgeMazda.com.
Let's talk about Venezia's Pizzeria, New York style pizza. Oh man, this looks so good. Pizza doughs made fresh daily, wings, subs, sandwiches, pasta. They cater, they deliver. They have 5 Valley locations. Venezia's New York style pizzeria.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before. 1, 2, 3. Listen.
Now bust a move, bust a move, bust a move.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
I'm joined now by Brophy freshman Ryder Noche, and even bigger than that, the 14U NFL Flag Football Player of the Year. First ever, it was their inaugural award show. You got to go to Vegas and take it all in. So you just flew back, but what was it like for you, that experience, Ryder?
Well, obviously, it was an eye-opener. I mean, I met so many stars on the red carpet, and I'm just really glad I got the opportunity to do this.
Did anyone have you starstruck? It's okay to admit.
I would say like Barry Sanders and Chad Ochocinco were like really cool. So like they were just really welcoming and they talked like very nice, and it was super cool to meet them.
And the award was presented with Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's one of the electric players. You see him play flag in the Pro Bowl. What was that like, knowing that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, he was super cool off stage, and it was a pleasure to meet him.
What was it like for your family, do you think, just to see you there and be able to experience, kind of what a Super Bowl weekend is like and see you honored on such a cool stage?
They were very proud of me, all the hard work I put in, and they're just telling me like you could go back here if you work really hard and if you're in the pros.
So tell us a little bit about your flag football. So we know at Brophy last year, first freshman, and then you go on to the varsity team as well. But away from that flag football, you just got to compete in some championships. Where do you play? Who do you play for? How's that worked out?
So I play for a team called Elite Next Gen, based out of Arizona, mostly East Valley. And, we won our regional. And like you said, we went to the national tournament. And, that's who we are.
And the growth of the sport too. So you get, there was a girl being recognized as well. Girls flag football is kind of taking the nation by storm. You got to see it here in Arizona. How cool is it for you to know that that's a sport that boys, girls, everybody's having a chance to play, and it's really growing fast?
Yeah, like you said, it was really growing fast, going to other countries as well. And, I started the sport when I was about 5 years old. So seeing the growth, knowing that I played this sport at such a young age is quite amazing.
How have all your friends at Brophy responded to this? Has it been all positive? Do you think you're going to get some slack for it a little bit, or how's that been so far?
Yeah, I'll probably get some slack for it, but, everyone's really proud and supporting me. So, yeah.
What's it like, learning your first year in the program there and knowing that you've got some more time there with Coach Jewell and that staff? I mean, what impact do you think they've had on you so far, even just, halfway through your freshman year?
Well, they're always keeping me hungry, ready for the next thing. And, I really appreciate Coach Jewell and all the coaching staff there, and they really just keeping me ready for the new season.
So now that you've been, I guess we can call you a little bit of a journeyman. So if any of your teammates in the future get recognized for some national thing or some big event like that, what advice would you give to them about, experiencing something like you did on an NFL stage in Vegas?
Yeah, I would say don't be nervous, be excited to be there, smile, and go up to whoever you want. Everyone's super nice there.
And you're an athlete too. So do you like playing more on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball? Are you just like, get me in no matter what?
Yeah, I would just give me no matter what. Just I want to make a play. That's all I want to do.
Well, awesome. Last thing for you, you this is kind of a bigger year for you. You're making the jump. You got to experience a little bit of varsity last year. I mean, what are you expecting for yourself and for your team going into your sophomore year? How's the weight room going and all that?
Weight room is going well. I mean, collectively as a team, we're getting way stronger, more than I expected. And when we're looking for a really big season and just letting everyone know not to count Brophy out.
Ryder Noche, first ever flag football NFL honors recipient this year. Congratulations, Ryder. We're looking forward to seeing what you do here with Brophy, and we're super excited for you, and great job representing the state of Arizona.
Thank you so much.
Before we get on out of here, I just want to reiterate the importance of the conversation I had with Cody Cameron. I know I've been going on rants the last couple of weeks on this show about how the recruiting landscape works, but really find people out here. There are so many in the media space here that you can trust. Cody Cameron is one of them. There are so many guys out here. Chili, all the members here at Sports 360 AZ, all my teammates. I mean, there are so many people you can go to get these questions asked. And honestly, before you get to us, because we are media members, go to your coaches, because the coaches out here in Arizona do such a great job. There's a reason this state is being recognized as one of the top high school football states now. It's because the coaches here are phenomenal. Great coaches, deep pipelines. I mean, when you look at some of these schools that are, signing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players from Arizona in a recruiting class, like that shows you the connections are here. And sure, it might not be Alabama all the time. It might not be a Washington, but there are plenty of great programs where you're going to learn, you're going to get your education paid for, you're going to get to play football a little bit longer. And if you have those dreams of playing on Sunday, you never know which school can get you there, because if you have the talent, you have the skills, you have the mindset, you have everything, the character, scholarships, everything, you have that opportunity if it is right for you. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you so much for tuning into Bleacher Talk. We'll see you again next week.
We got them at Santan Ford. From the latest all-electrics to the most rugged 4x4s and America's best-selling truck.
We are Santan Ford.
Bienvenidos.
Here in the heart of the American Southwest, you'll find 3 well-known restaurants all named Valle Luna, serving the finest Sonoran-style Mexican food known across the country and beyond. And we're open for business, so come on in. We've fired up the grill and iced down the refreshments and even added some specialties along the way.
Thanks for coming.
Hello. Greetings.
Welcome back.
No matter where you're from or how you say it, at Valle Luna, you're always welcome, and we're glad to have you back.
It's spring, so come for the games and have a ball in Arizona. Ready to go big? Plan your getaway today.
Visit us at Harrah's Auction Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all.